Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Elizabeth here. I am going to, this is a part 2 carrying on from Jupiter in Cancer that I just did. I decided I wanted to do a video just on Jupiter in Cancer moving through each of the houses. So each of the areas of your life where you might experience, this is how it might show up in your chart. Again, an individual chart is going to be a little bit different because you could have planets or points there. But this is just to expand a little bit more. You know, Jupiter, expand. So the first house. This is the house of self-identity, the physical body. So this could show up, you could feel more emotional, more emotionally expressive, nurturing, optimistic. Your personal growth could come through connecting with your roots or connecting with like embracing being a caregiver or nurturing role. And this could also increase your confidence. Sometimes you could have like your physical vitality could really be enhanced as well. So the second house, this is finances, our values, our possessions. So this could really, you could feel really emotionally satisfied in terms of your material security, your financial growth. That could really be expanded for you during this next year. You could have an increase in your income. You could have an increase in income like through family real estate, through nurturing professions if you're in that kind of a profession. You could also have like your emotional security. You could really deepen that within yourself into what you really value, what is really of value to you or like for you, could be emotionally or even your possessions. Your third house, this is our house of communications, of siblings, local travel. So you could really have an expansion in how you communicate, your style of communication. You could be more emotionally articulate or empathetic. This can be really beneficial to relationships with your siblings or with your neighbors. You could find that you're doing a lot more short distance traveling trips this next year. You could be learning a lot more this next year. Jupiter is a higher mind. The third house is a lower mind. It's the house of Gemini, sorry. Mercury rules Gemini. It's the lower octave of Jupiter. So it's still learning and expansion. Writing or teaching could be expanded. You could have a real more nurturing tone to it, like how you come across. It just could be, there just might be this softness that comes through. There could be a need of communicating in a style that you really want to reach people through their heart, not just through their mind, right? Like you're bringing it down and out through your emotions. The fourth house. This one is big because the fourth house is the house of Cancer. So this is a real powerful placement for deep emotional and spiritual growth through your family and home. So you could really, this could feel like a lot, just so you know, because of whatever you're dealing with your family. It's an opportunity also for an expansion in your home. How you live, where you live, you could make it bigger. You could move. It could really expand you wanting to reconnect with your heritage. Also, if you do healing work here, which is really great energy here for that, healing family wounds, it's just going to build it's going to allow for building strong emotional foundations. And I mean, that is so key in anything that we do moving forward, is having that strong foundation. So that will be a big transit if you have it moving through your fourth house. The fifth house, the house of creativity and romance and kids. This is a fun house. So if you have it moving through this house, it feels like it's going to be a fun year. So emotional joy and fulfillment can be coming through. You can feel that through art, through children, play, expression. It just can be amplified. It can be a real fertile time, so literally or metaphorically. Your romantic life may really deepen and expand, whether you're single or with someone. It just can take on almost like a whole new life of its own. So very optimistic. This is creative projects are really, you can get really creatively inspired. So this is a really great time for that. Or family themes, stuff you want to do around your family, like with your kids, you can really thrive here. So that's really nice as well. So your 6th house, this is your house of your work, your daily work, daily routines, your health. So your emotional well-being here is tied in here to your routines. You could feel really emotionally satisfied with the work that you're doing and how you're being of service. You could heal. You've got a chance here to do real expansive work on healing, maybe a diet, anything through self-nurturing practices. The 6th house is the house of the healing. So if you really want to focus on some sort of healing aspect on a daily level, in a daily way, it's really expanded here. So that's great. How you work and who you work with, you could feel like you're just more deeply involved with them and that you're helping, really making a difference. So that's nice. 7th house. So this is the house of partnership, marriage, open enemies. So you're going to really see an expansion in your relationships. They can really grow and flourish. You can have really, the emotional bond can really expand. You may attract in people relationships that are really nurturing, loving, supporting, maybe protective. It can also be another opportunity for healing here through relationships and forming new ones, very meaningful new ones. Open enemies, like people that you see, you might see things more clearly. Maybe you were uncertain about someone you were in relationship with. Maybe you were kind of questioning, and it might become very clear of who they are. So, and that's healing in itself as well. Next house is the 8th house. So this is a water sign. So this is the house of sex, death, and taxes, shared resources. This is the house of transformation. This is can really be your emotional depth. This is already an emotional sign and deep. It can be intensified even more. So you could really do some healing work here and some transformation through intimacy and trust, and it can be really expanded, and that can really be healing. It can feel really great, maybe because Jupiter might help you really get down deep where maybe you haven't been able to go before. It can also be growth through inheritances, joint finances. There can be great healing here from emotional trauma. There's also an expansion here. There can be great expansion in your psychic abilities or your interest in the occult. That will be an interesting year ahead to see what develops for you if you have it in your 8th house. The 9th house, this is the house that Jupiter rules. This is our belief, our higher education, travel, expansion in itself. So this is you're going to just feel exalted here, right? Like Jupiter is already exalted in Cancer, but your spiritual and emotional expansion could come through travel and philosophy or religious experiences. Or you may feel drawn to learn a new philosophy, maybe learn about a family tradition that you weren't too inclined to before, and now all of a sudden it seems very important, and there's this light shining on it, so you learn about that. You could travel to a foreign land. You could have this urge to just get up and go and just be free and explore and see what's out there. Really, it's a really great time to develop your own belief systems, and that's, the ninth house, that's Sagittarius. They listen to everybody, and they listen to the wisdom and everybody's different beliefs, and they form their own belief through all of those experiences. So it's a great time for that. And it's optimistic, right? So you could really feel your optimism coming through, like your emotional security could be coming through maybe a new belief system that could make you really feel, emotionally safe through exploring that. Now your 10th house, house of career, your reputation, authority, Jupiter is really shining you up here. You're going to be seeing, people could be really watching you. Your career may really grow, or you could really start nurturing your career more. If you're in like a caregiving field, your public image is really going to improve here. So you might get a lot of attention here, just so you know. You might feel in this house that authority figures are more supportive. You might feel they're more supportive, or that you're maternally more supportive. So the 10th house is the house of the father. So 4th is the mother, 10th is the father. So you could feel a real bond or something connecting there as well. Or you could have a desire for to be really connected to some kind of legacy, because this is a house of legacy as well, connected to family, home, or emotional fulfillment as well. 11th house, so our house of friends, community, aspirations. This is a time to really emotionally, it might expand our connection, our emotional connection to our friends, to our friend groups, to causes that are really close to our heart. You could really dive in and just be focused on that in the next year. You could attract in new soul groups, families, communities. Friends, I didn't mean to say family, friends, into your life that they help you expand your dreams, and it's like more of a collective effort, but it comes through the relationships that you're now connecting into through the expansion of Jupiter. If you're somebody who is like an activist, or humanitarianism, you might find you really are taking on a protective role there, and your tone, a very caring tone, you might come through in a softer way. Activists are very tied to what they do, so there's always a lot of emotional intensity in charge there, but this feels like it could soften your approach on it. And then we have the 12th house, the last house. This is the house of the spiritual, the subconscious, things that are hidden. So this is a big one. It's another water sign. This is where heightened intuition and emotional security really can expand here through a lot of solitude, through a spiritual practice, about really tuning in here. You could do some really deep healing of past emotional wounds, of karmic issues. You could have stuff just surface up that you weren't aware of, and you're just ready to heal it, embrace it, understand it, transcend it. It's just really shining a light. Think of the full moon. I know it's Jupiter, but think of, how a moon lights up the water. It's just, you can see it all. So it's really helping to bring stuff up from the bottom. This is a really great time for like a retreat or therapy. It's also a really great time for exploring the unconscious. This is where I was talking about in my first video how you could just feel this calling to understanding yourself better and your soul path, and why am I here, and what am I meant to do, and is there more? This is what I meant. So there you go. I hope that was helpful. I certainly enjoyed doing it. I just feel like Jupiter's energy, and this is why I say to work with when we work with the planets and get to understand their energy and commune with them. Jupiter is so optimistic. Even when things are hard, Jupiter is still optimistic, and we need that when we're going through challenges, and we're still, going through some challenges, in this new timeline that we're on. We're still making our way. So I feel Jupiter's going to be really supportive and someone we can lean into for wisdom and guidance. And I really feel we're going to be able to trust it. And especially if you start working with it consciously, the more we work with something on a daily basis, the stronger it becomes. So there you go. Bye for now.